All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday afternoon, evening. How's everybody doing? Are we holding on? Are we hanging on there? Not a great day. Of course, for a while this morning, things were looking pretty good. And then the market dumped again. And so, first of all, I just want to say for all of you who are coming up with all these reasons why Dogecoin isn't doing well, all I say is, have you seen the rest of the crypto market? Have you seen Solana? Have you seen Cardano? So don't give me that shit about Dogecoin, inflationary supply, unlimited, like all that stuff, because, Dogecoin's actually hanging on pretty well compared to a bunch of other stupid altcoins, right? So you can lump them all together, right? Or you can just pick on one, but you're dumb if you're doing that. So take a look at the whole market, which of course I'm here to share with you. So if you want to see any other alts and how they're doing, be glad to show them to you. So jonesing, if Dogecoin's going to 5 cents, right? Then you're talking about Solana like down to, let's see, that would be 5 cents would be less than half, right? So Solana would be down to what, $50, $40? You think that's happening? Because that would be the same. And actually today, Solana's down 4.8%. Dogecoin's down 3.8%. So Dogecoin outperforming Solana, outperforming Algorand, outperforming Ethereum, outperforming Cardano, outperforming Hedera, outperforming VeChain, outperforming, a ton of them. I can just keep going on and on. Yeah. So, we're here to talk about Dogecoin. We talk about Dogecoin a lot because it has great potential. We know it's coming. It has before. It will again. And it can leave all those other altcoins in the dust. So pick an altcoin. Be glad to look it up. But I start today with what happened today. What happened today? So this is the CME futures chart for Bitcoin, and we're going to start there. Because Friday night, Bitcoin closed at 90,350, and then Sunday night, like the Monday morning, right? Bitcoin opened down here at about 88.5. And that night, Sunday night, Bitcoin actually climbed up right above 92.25, right there, 92.25, but didn't get to 90,350. It didn't get there. So that gap was not fully closed. The gap was not fully closed. Well, guess what happened this morning? Bitcoin conveniently had a nice big green candle with a wick up to close the gap, taking out, of course, hundreds of millions of dollars of short leverage trading, and then dumped right back down. So that's pretty much what happened. Now, Dogecoin, of course, followed like all coins do, right? Dogecoin went on a nice pump today. Everybody was getting excited right up till 10 o'clock. And then what happened? We got to 13.6 and then dump city. Following, of course, Bitcoin, ETH, Algo, Solana, Cardano, HBAR, you name it. They all did it, okay? Crypto market. So we're at 1269 again. 1269. Mark says, look, market sentiment is so down in the gutter. Isn't that true? Market sentiment down in the gutter. Everything you invested in the past year is down bad, except Bitcoin. Well, I mean, depends on when you bought it, right? If you bought over 100K, you're down. And a lot of people did. There aren't many coins you'd want to invest in at the moment. The stock market is near all-time high. Gold, silver, all-time high, right? Treasury bills have outperformed Bitcoin. Alts, memes, projects with tens of billions in total value locked are all down in the gutter. Most altcoins are back to 2022 bear market lows. 2022 bear market lows. Well, not Dogecoin. Dogecoin's bear market low in 2022 was 4.95 cents, right? We're over 12 cents still. So Dogecoin didn't go back down to this, but a lot of alts have gone back down to 2022 bear market lows. That's how bad things are. We've had insane amounts of bullish catalysts this year. Wall Street is literally opening floodgates for digital assets. Every major bank and institution adopting digital assets in some form or another. But crypto, it's been an absolutely trash year. And that's true. That's what it's been. We can talk about 4-year cycles. We can talk about super cycles, extended cycles, all of the good things coming up in 2026. Will it affect the crypto prices or not? We don't know, but it won't stop me from making a 2026 price prediction video because it's entertainment, you guys. It's entertainment. That's what we do here. That's why I like Dogecoin too, because when the chips are down, we're still talking about the fun-loving dog meme, all of that. We try. We try. All these Bitcoin bros, so serious. Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, I got to worry about that. Now we got the Bank of Japan thing coming on Friday, hiking rates, 25 basis points. It's coming. The yen carry trade unwinds. Investors sell foreign assets. Upward pressure on U.S. yields, global liquidity contracts, like all of that. So that's not good. That's not good. Thank you, Japan. Thank you very much. Of course, they're going to ease all of their economic unwinding slowly, but that doesn't help things. So we got that, and that's going to be a big thing on Thursday night, Friday morning. Expect volatility. I'll bet you 100 Doge that somebody tomorrow is going to post this Japanese hike rate, and they're going to say, expect volatility. Because it's going to happen. It happens all the time. These crypto Twitter guys that do all this constant posting of all that stuff. Breaking, rumor, all that stuff, right? Expect volatility. I'll win that bet. 100%. And I'll show you guys too. I'll show you just to prove it because I know, that's coming. But of course, what happened today, right? Bitcoin price pumps up, takes out reams of shorts, and then when it dumps, it starts taking down all the longs, and we end up with a total of $500 million in liquidations. You would think these guys would be broke by now, wouldn't you? It would be broke. No, they keep trading. They keep opening new trades. Ugh. But so it goes. Now, today had a nice little pattern, nice little Christmas tree pattern. Not what we want to see. I did predict a Bart Simpson. That's a pretty thin Bart Simpson there. Hard to squeeze him in there, right? Very, very narrow Bart Simpson today. But you knew it was coming. You knew there was going to be a pump. You knew there was going to be a dump. They just did it all today in a very short period of time. The Christmas tree. The Christmas tree. And of course, once that got posted, other people started talking about the Christmas tree shape because not many original people on crypto Twitter, on X. They just copy each other's stuff and just pretend it's their own. So we got all that going on. We got the Titan of Crypto, Washagoria, saying, look, 83,936. That is the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of the entire bull market is 83,936. So if you're a believer in Fibonacci retracements, that's a key level for you. Yeah, it's going to break. Because these are just random numbers. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Doge Shipping says, look, whoever's manipulating the market, they want you to panic and sell. They want you to panic and sell so they can scoop up more at lower prices, right? I'm not really a fan of that. Again, it's just manipulating the price. It's not because they want you to sell. There's so much freaking Dogecoin out there. It doesn't matter if you sell millions. It doesn't matter. But it sounds good, right? Oh, they want to manipulate the price, get you all scared, fears, you sell. No, that's not what it is. But it sounds good. Michael Saylor, Morgan Stanley, there are no coincidences. MS, that's cute. But yeah, what's up with Michael Saylor? All of the banks and all these institutions and all that stuff. You want to know why Bitcoin is down? You want to know why crypto is down? Because the whole digital asset industry is getting handed over to the banks, governments, and institutions. Crypto is not what it used to be anymore. It's not. And it's too bad. It's too bad. I think we're losing that whole speculative asset thing, particularly where we, the people, are the ones in control. If you sell, the price goes down. If you buy, the price goes up, right? Remember those days? Yeah, that's not what we have anymore. It's totally manipulated now. Totally manipulated. So that's what we got now. And Michael Saylor, all he wants is the price to eventually go back up. That's all he wants. Because he's got so much invested in it now. That's why Tom Lee keeps going on and on and on about Ethereum and Bitcoin and their prices going up. Oh yeah, ETH is going to be, $10,000. Dogecoin or Bitcoin's going to be 200K by, well, first it was the end of the year. Now he's changed it to the end of January 2026. He keeps moving the goalposts, So we got that going on. And we got this guy, Vivek, who like copy posts a bunch of stuff and is a Bitcoin bull, perma bull. Crash is temporary. Global M2 is exploding. Bitcoin will follow. Yeah, no, it won't. It's not happening. So far, it hasn't followed and it's not going to follow. This isn't happening. Again, I just comment on this stuff, right? I just comment on what I see. And that's not happening. Doge. Doge has been in this trading range, Alan says. Right? Sideways trading, up and down, right? That was our brown box. And then we failed it. Broke down from the trading range. Broke down. We had the spike up. Thank you to the market makers taking out shorts. And then right back down. So this is where we are now. What else I got? Aster. Remember when everyone was talking about Aster last month and what a great project this was? Yeah. It's at an all-time low now. All-time low. Like a bunch of those are like XPL, right? Nobody talks about XPL anymore because it shit the bed. It all-time low, right? All of these alts that have been created that have nothing behind them. All these new alts, they're just getting hammered. So I hope you guys didn't buy any of those because they're even worse in your portfolio than Dogecoin. Even worse. But we can look at some if you want to. I know some of you want to look at your precious alts. Be glad to do it. Meanwhile, yeah, hodl your Dogecoin. Dogecoin's still the 9th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Still there. Not going anywhere. Not going to zero. It's not dead, right? But it has the big potential. Jordan says, look, perhaps the biggest companies in the industry are scamming and max extracting, and y'all might want to pay attention to Doge. Y'all might want to pay attention to Doge. This is feeling like 2021 early on when everything was looking bad, right? We had January 6th. Remember January 6th, 2021? Remember what happened, right? Fear in the market in January. What happened at the end of January? Oh, Dogecoin. It made quite a stir. That's when I bought at 2 cents. Y'all might want to pay attention to Doge. Just saying. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on now. Not great. I would much prefer to be talking about bull markets and have Dogecoin going up, big green candles, people FOMOing in. I would much rather talk about that, but that's not the market we have. Will we get back to that market again? Yes, I believe we will. We got to let all of this shake out. We got to let the dust settle. Hey, Tom, how are you? Good show today, man. Good show. Yep, that's what we got right now. It is the market we have, not the market we want. So, Tom was showing us Solana today. And Solana, not looking great. We've gone lower than the June low, which was 126. We're now at 122, and Solana hasn't stopped yet. The April low here on Solana was about $95, and it looks like Solana's headed there to match that on a big double bottom spaced 10 months apart. So that's what Solana's looking. You know what's looking worse though? ADA, Cardano. Cardano is lower than both the June low and the April low, which was its previous double bottom that we talked about, right? Now, ADA is all the way back to the price it was before the November election pump, all the way back. So we're talking a year. Like all this trading of Cardano here for a year is now in the toilet, and the price is back where it was in November, 1st of November, 2024. That is where Cardano is. Doge also broke the April low. Yes. Thank you, Romario. Yep. Doge all the way back down, 12.6, broke the April low, barely, but now is back to really mid-October, because there's a lot more hype behind Doge right before the election than there was in other alts because of Elon and what Elon was doing on the campaign trail. If you remember, we covered all of that. So Dogecoin was getting some little pumps before the election, unlike Cardano, which was pretty much just flat. So that was the difference we had October into early November. But now Cardano is all the way back down to that level. And there's no doubt Doge is down there too. But Doge had a little more pump there. So that's what we have. So that's what I see happening. H-bar is all the way down to 10 cents. Remember when H-bar went on this huge run here in July, right? And everyone was selling their Dogecoin and buying Hedera. Hedera is all the way back down to 10 cents now. 10 cents. So I don't want to hear that crap about Dogecoin's inflationary supply and it's killing Doge. It's not. Doge is actually holding up better than most of those other alts. So yeah, ETH is holding up fairly well, right? ETH is not back down to June lows or April lows. So ETH is holding up. And of course, Bitcoin is not, well, it's lower than the June low, but that's because Bitcoin went on a kind of big run through May and early June. So it is lower than June, but not down to April lows yet. And that was about 75K for Bitcoin. And then the one that's really interesting to me is Tron. Now, we don't talk about Tron that much, but the Tron just has a totally different chart. It's all smoothed out. It doesn't have all of that volatility that we see in other coins. Tron actually is holding up really well. It's still in its purple box that I created on right after April 10th or October 10th. So it's interesting that Tron has this very smoother curve throughout 2025. Now, it did go crazy here back in end of November, early December 2024, went on this giant run, but pulled all the way back from that. But since then, it's all kind of flattened out. All right, guys, how are we doing? How are we doing, my friends? Before I started streaming, started to get a little bit of a pump, and now it's pulling back. We lost 1269, now down to 1262. All of this temporary macro still bullish for crypto. Overall, the digital assets are getting adopted, but it's really going more toward blockchains and stable coins than actual use cases for anything else. That's the way it's going. Now, what is DogeOS going to do when it launches in January? That launching in January for DogeOS, that's going to be a big deal for Dogecoin. I think so. It's coming. Held it all for nothing. Noodle, sometimes that happens. Going to $1 before Christmas Eve? What's going to $1 on Dogecoin? Hold and wait, Maramello. Yep. We're cooked. Yeah, it's the whole market, though. It's not just Doge. It's all of it. Right? It's hard to call it even a Doge low because Bitcoin, everything else moving in sync. Yep. Totally manipulated. Totally. In retrospect, it's easy to see an entire year of economy stress testing, tariffs, wobbling back and forth may have created a risk-off sentiment. That is true. But we were starting to recover in October. Well, September, October. We were seeing higher lows, higher highs up until October 10th. Oh, Andy, you haven't been listening to me. Dogecoin is outperforming all of those other tokens that don't have the inflationary supply that Doge has. So, yeah. Price is keeping up with it. So, stop focusing on that. If you want to focus on it and that's all you're thinking about, then why did you buy it in the first place? Did you know what you were buying? Because it's out there. Everybody knows what happens with Dogecoin. Proof of work cryptocurrency has inflation. Those are the coins that are awarded to the miners as a proof of work cryptocurrency to validate all of the transactions on the blockchain. So these new coins that are minting are not flooding the market. They go to the miners. And I know a lot of you are mining Dogecoin Do you immediately sell every Dogecoin that you mine? No, you stick it in a wallet, you hold it. So it's not like every day all the new coins are minting, are flooding the market and suppressing the price. It doesn't work that way. If that crash hadn't hit, would we be bulling to new highs? We would have. I think we would have. October, Moonvember probably would have happened. Yep. You're bearing up, Campo? I mean, I've been a bear. Nobody really pays attention to what I say. After October 10th, it took me a few days. And then I was like, I don't know where this market is going, right? Because we'd complete fear throughout the market. That's when I created those boxes. And then when we went down to the next box and the Bitcoin weekly average, the weekly price moved below the 50-week moving average, I confirmed bear market. So for a month now, over a month, I have been a bear. Now, does that not mean Dogecoin might not have little runs here and there? It might actually look a little bullish? Sure. And in the big picture, Dogecoin still is a great project and there's great things coming for it. So when I do a video like I did this morning, like, can Dogecoin save, right, the market? Yeah, Dogecoin can do that. I didn't say today, right? Some of these guys in the comments are like, oh, Dogecoin's dumping. I didn't say it was going to run today. I didn't say all this good news for Doge was going to come out today. But that's how most people think. They just think about today. And I'm just like, zoom out, man. Look at the bigger picture. Hey, John, not worried. Next year, I'll be able to buy $5,000 in Doge every month. Wow. And you're probably going to be buying them at lower prices. Ryan just bought some. 12-cent Doge, Ryan, huh? Who thought? Who knew that that was going to be a price to buy at? Here in 2025, I didn't. And I admit that. I didn't think Doge would be in the 12s in 2025. I also bought today, Campo says. You've been better? Smoking again? Sorry to hear that, but I get it. We're not looking anywhere near a bottom yet. Bitcoin didn't start going down. Agreed? I'm still predicting the bottom is like next September. That's what I'm going to start buying again. Is next summer. Not now. I don't know where it's going to go now. We could be back in the 9s, 8s. Who knows? So that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting. Now, I'm still holding what I have, though, because I still think Dogecoin can go on a run based on certain news, certain catalysts that we've been talking about. So I'm not going to sell all my Dogecoin and wait because I don't want to miss out if that happens. But buying new, I'm not doing that right now. Nothing's new. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to have a little upside. Yeah, I still think there's going to be a little relief rally. I still believe that. It's looking like it's not going to be as great as I initially thought because of all this downward pressure and all this manipulation. I was told to be positive, so I'm positive it's still going down. Hey, charts don't lie, man. Charts don't lie. Yeah, if Bitcoin goes to 50K, alts are in the gutter. In the gutter. Yep. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. Riding the storm out. A black swan event took out the rest of the positive sentiment. Right? People hadn't lost hope yet. But then that October 10th, we were here live on that Friday. That was a dark day in crypto. We watched it happen. I felt much better about it since I cut way back on how much I checked the price. I check the price all the time because I do this, right? I've got daily videos, almost daily live streams, so I keep up with the prices. If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't be looking at the price so much. I would not. But this is what I do. I know Dogecoin inflation is lower than the dollar inflation. Over time, it's going to be a lower and lower percentage of the overall supply, right? Decreasing inflation over the years. But all people want to focus on is right now. Oh, Dogecoin, inflation, unlimited. I try to teach. That's all right, Andy. You got it. Hashtag JTM for Charlie. All right, Ryan. What do I think about Gala? So Gala was a darling of 2021, right? The whole gaming thing, right? And Gala was going to be this super great gaming coin, right? And then the partners started, they were like suing each other. Remember that? They're suing each other. Not a good look. Crypto gaming has never taken off. And so you end up with a chart like this that just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. Now they had a nice little run here, like everything else at the end of 2024. Little did we know that was the time, right, to sell everything. Again, I was starting to take some profits on Doge then, but I didn't have any Gala. I haven't held Gala since back here. I sold it in, April 2023 is when I sold it. Because that was the news about the partners suing each other. That happened then, and I sold. And that was at a price of about 3.8 cents. Since that time, when I sold, Gala is down 82%. From the December high, Gala is down 90%. From this high that it went on this crazy run in early March 2024, well, it's down like 92.5%. So this is not a great chart. Its current price, if you take out the wick, is, it's all-time low. It is now lower in price than it has been every day it's been trading except for October 10th of this year, because the wick came down lower here. I don't know if this thing's ever going to recover. I don't know, Maui. Not looking good. I'm not going to be buying Gala. We don't know, like out of all these altcoins, what are the ones that are going to come back and do well? I'm sticking with the top 100, more like the top 50, and I'm not venturing out and putting money in some random. I mean, we saw what happened to XPL. We saw what happened to Aster. Right? The big darlings, right? That were going to like totally change everything. And look at it. I mean, we drew this slope, right? And that was back in early November. And it's just continued to bleed and bleed all the way down to 12 cents. From $1.68 to 12 cents. That's not something you want to be in. I drew a purple box for it too, just seeing if it would hold, and it hasn't held anything. And it's just bled down, 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 down. So I hope you guys aren't still holding XPL. I don't think it's doing anything. That was the big excitement right there, and it's been nothing but down except for one little pump right there early October. And that was it. These are not the kind of live streams I like to do. You guys know that, right? These are not the kind of live streams I like to do. But It's what we got. Getting rich in 26. Hey, Sam, I like that. Getting rich in 26. All right. Will Kriss ever be bullish again? Yeah. Next September. Unless there's an Elon pump, right? There's always the Elon pump thing, the wild card. But otherwise, we're talking about next September. Holding from 2021, Shaj. Well, you'll be able to scoop up Doge at a lower price now. We can't predict. Don't know. 5 cents? Who knows? Maybe. I'm not counting it out. It's going to be tough for Doge to get to 5 cents. X money would pump it. Indeed, Nick. Romario, you're going through a hard time? Well, I can tell you there's a lot of people who bought it higher than 17. They bought in the 40s. We're dollar cost averaging down through the 30s and 20s and now teens. Not to make you feel better, but because I get it, right? You're still in the red, but you're not alone. Doesn't matter. Good news out still goes down. The good news that's come out has been not great. Especially for Doge. Doge needs its own thing. But one Doge equals one Doge. Always compo. Thank you. Yep. September, John. That's good for you? Yep. We'll look at it in August. Beginning of August, beginning of September. Those are my targets. Just like last year, just like the year before. There's always dips. Beginning of August, beginning of September, every year. Doesn't matter if it's a bull market or a bear market. Those are always good prices. And I'll be talking about that on January 1st, which is just 2 weeks from now, when I make my 2026 Dogecoin price prediction. We'll be talking about that. Just as this dip wasn't predicted. The pump won't be either. I knew there was going to be a dip, but I thought it was going to be tomorrow night. And I called it. I said tomorrow night, Thursday night, there's going to be a dip. I thought we were going to go up today on a Wednesday and then go down on Thursday. It did both on Wednesday. It went up and down. Totally manipulated. Totally manipulated. Yeah, I'm not looking at a Dogecoin price targets right now. Z-brushing. Everything's off the table now. There's no structure left. It's all unknown. Alt season before 50K. There's no alt season. There's no alt season. Now, can Dogecoin spark an alt season rally? Sure. But again, I've always said this cycle, there's not going to be a full alt season. It would be half an alt season at best. You guys remember me saying that, right? Half an alt season at best was my prediction. Mostly because all of the money going into alts, there's now millions of alts. So the individual altcoins, the prices are going to be suppressed because there's too much competition. There's too many meme coins, right? That's helping keep Dogecoin's price down because so much money is flowing into these other memes where in 2021, they were all buying Doge. So there's that. Holding my Doge, but now buying into Bitcoin with more enticing lows down the road. Yeah, I'm waiting. That's what I'm doing. Tom Lee, who I talked about earlier in the stream, said we know a bottom and no sellers left when we don't go down on bad news. Now, see, that's the thing. It's not us that are selling, right? Now, when the exchanges, right, and the market makers like Wintermute, right, when they have no more to sell, right, because they're the ones dumping the price, when they don't have any more, that's when we bottom. It has nothing to do with you and me selling. We're nobody. We're nothing. That's the manipulation. When they're out of dry powder, right? They've got no more to sell. This is what happens when the banks take control. And that's why this picture of, where was that picture? No, this one here. This guy. Michael Saylor, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, right? Michael Saylor's talking to all those guys. Bitcoin just isn't the same anymore. Morbs, a silver check mark. Congratulations. Congratulations. Part of the silver club now. Ooh, yeah. No, Charlie's silver already. From aggregates, from analysts, crypto is showing a lot of bottom signals, but not all of them yet. I agree. G Immortal, you want to look at the Pepe? Sure. Where is Pepe? Ooh, 39. Pepe's now got a 3. 39. Again, same manipulation today, up and down. Yep, I'm going to have to sell my Pepe for a loss. I'm going to have to sell it for a loss. I thought I was getting it on a dip at such a good price. Selling on a loss. I bought it right here. I bought it on that dip right there, on that big wick down. That was a perfect buy back in June. That was a perfect buy. Look at that. Not only on the candle, but on the wick, all the way down to 8.5. What a great time to buy was that. It was below 10, right? Got it at 8.5. And look what happened after that, right? It went up higher, went up higher. I was like, oh, that was an awesome buy. And even when it pulled back here, late July, it didn't go back down to that level. It held at 10. Came back up again, came back down, was trying to hold at 10, but then never came back to that level in September, pumped again until October 10th. And then that was the end of my perfect buy. That was a perfect buy. Nope. And there we go, bear market. So I'm going to sell for a big loss for tax loss harvesting, which helps me on my taxes. And then I'll decide when I buy back. We'll see how the bear market plays out. But that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. X payments hopefully launching early 2026. ETFs are doing nothing for Doge. Nobody's buying Dogecoin ETFs except for a few of us. Now, if Dogecoin is on X, right, in some manner, it might get some ETF action. But yeah, nobody's buying the ETFs. You've got a lot of old Dino coins. I tried out some new ones. I still have the ETH and Litecoin. I still have those. Well, Dogecoin filled a wick from the flash crash. Yep, 9.5 cents. That's what I believe. 9.5 cents. Yes, tokens. You're right, Campo. They're mostly tokens. ETH is now a token. Litecoin is still a coin. You're using the gift that Charlie got you. I wonder what that is. This is now a bear streamer channel. Not completely, RR. We still have that wild card out there. And I'm not going to give that up. I mean, here's what Jordan said today, right? Perhaps the biggest companies in the industry are scamming and max extracting, right? The manipulation, the big market makers, the exchanges. But y'all want to pay attention to Doge. Let me repeat that. Jordan, the MyDoge CEO, who's leading the whole DogeOS team, says y'all might want to pay attention to Doge. So Jordan says that, I'd listen. I listen. So Permabull or Permabear, no. I got hopium still. And I will continue posting on X, both sides. It's a secret. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Keen. Appreciate it. Hey, I don't pack up and go in the bear market. I was here in 2022. Summer of 2023, I was streaming, right? I was here. There weren't a lot of others here, but I was here. A lot of those big guys like Ivan, right? Ivan on tech, he packed it up last bear market. It looks like he's getting close to packing it up again. I'll still be here. Let's talk about Doge for the next year. I will. I'm not going anywhere. I probably have a few little changes here and there, but I'll be here. It's probably not going to be everyday streaming, but I'll still be here. I got other stuff going on, but I'll do my best. Mr. Tweaky bought at 48. Well, if Bitcoin goes all the way down to like 45 or 50K, I mean, we're talking like 7-cent Doge again, right? Your journey started there. Charlie is here. Hey, Charlie. We are saved. Just got home. The first thing you did was put on the live stream before even taking off your coat. That is commitment. I love it. Awesome. I love it. I've seen many times things look very bad and then you get a good surprise. It does happen. We've seen Doge, we've seen other cryptos just out of nowhere take off. Look at the beginning of 2024, out of nowhere. Doge, Sheeb, like all of these were pumping like crazy. And there was no real catalyst for it. It was bizarre. I didn't mind it. It was nice. Nobody saw the October 10th thing coming except the inside traders. True. There was a lot of weird action going on right before October 10th, which I talked about on my videos of the 11th and 12th, trying to uncover what was going on. There was a lot of fishy trading going on. Somebody knew something. Welcome home, Charlie. Get your slippers on. Make that cup of hot water. Yeah, about half an alt season. That's what I think. If it even happens. Only one Bitcoin, only one Dogecoin. Absolutely, Compo. Did I sell Meggle at $1.50? I was looking at it and I was like, oh. That was one of those times where Meggle goes on a pump and I did not sell. I still hold all the way back down to $1.20. I know. Is this all because of the carry trade? That's part of it. Again, it's totally a manipulated market. So the carry trade, the Japan thing is just another thing. I mean, if it's all the carry trade, Richard, then why did it pump this morning? What's with these green candles? There's no reason to. But it did. Took out hundreds of millions of dollars of shorts, and then they dumped it to take out hundreds of millions of dollars of longs. Totally manipulated. The whole Japan thing just puts more fear in the market. That's all. For Dogecoin, yes, it's been bear market, but not for Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high early October. And the market usually talks about bears and bulls for Bitcoin, not Dogecoin. But yes, most alts did hit their highs this cycle back in December 2024, a year ago. Yes. You say quarter alt season. Again, you look at the total too, right? Which is all coins except Bitcoin. We can look at that. Total too, right? The total two is not that bad. Let me zoom out. I was charting it, thinking we'd be going up. And, yeah, September, I charted this. Early October, total two was up here, 1.75 trillion. It was doing great. It was doing great until the flash crash. So this is really the whole guide for like alts is total two. But it's not falling off the table like a lot of individual alts. It's just that there's so many more alts now. There's too much competition. And now because of all the fear, like not as many people are buying alts anymore. So there is that. If Doge goes to 5 cents, I will buy 5 million Doge. I will go all in, lifetime opportunity. I hear that. If those big guys manipulate the market, they don't need prices to go up big. They make the big bucks. With the hundreds of trades a day, well, we wait for large spikes. They do. The exchanges like the volatility, right? They like the volume going up because they make money on every trade. So they like that. But then they also let the market makers make money by taking all that pesky leverage out. Just holding your Doge, Christian. Just holding my Doge. What's going to happen to MicroStrategy? That is a great question. There's a lot of theories about it. When does MicroStrategy need to start selling some of its Bitcoin? If the price went down. Right now, their average is like 74K. That's not that far away from where Bitcoin is now at 85, right? It's not that far away. And then they're in the red. That's going to kill their stock price when that happens. How does MicroStrategy navigate that? I don't know, but it's like I'm not buying MicroStrategy stock, that's for sure. I'll buy some other stocks, but I'm not going to buy MicroStrategy. Nope. Peak down below 3 cents. I saw that too. Raining in Manchester. We have snow and ice here. Awesome. I'm saying it started October 10th. Again, that is based on Bitcoin. Matt, I know Dogecoin was higher a year ago in December, but for the market, for the crypto market, bear market, October 10th. Again, I didn't call it until like a few weeks after because I needed confirmation that the whole market wasn't going to just recover. So I had to wait for that confirmation to happen. And it did. Purple box, red box, brown box, right? That was the confirmation. And now the brown box doesn't even show up. There's the brown, here's the red, right? And there's the purple. And we've just gone lower and lower. So that was the confirmation. And again, that happened. I go to the weekly, I go to the Bitcoin chart, and I look at, boy, I got some nasty predictions here. Sorry, guys. They're not good. So that happened on first week in November. That's when I was confirmed bear market. Purple box, red box, brown box. The bear market on average is like 12 months. Yeah. But again, that's in Bitcoin terms. It's in Bitcoin terms, not Dogecoin terms, right? So Bitcoin would be October to September, 11 months. So that's why I'm saying September 2026. That's what I'm calling right now. It's based on Bitcoin, not Doge. Yeah, 12-cent Doge. I know, right? You're going to be tax harvesting some dinos? I am too. I'm tax harvesting the stuff I'm in a loss on. I'm still up on my ETH. I'm still up on my Litecoin. But these other tokens, Pepe, Bonk, Pengu. I hate to sell the Pengu, but gotta. Stacks, gone. My $10 worth of Bitcoin, I might hold on to that. I might hold on to that. I bought that at $125,000. It was $10 of Bitcoin, but it was fun. While it lasted, it was fun. Bitcoin 74K, easily predictable. Trump may talk about Venezuela tonight. I don't know. You think the Japan rate hike is going to tank the market? I think it's already being tanked pre-run. Yeah, we keep the chat fun. Exactly. BTC since January, Shiva says, has been in an expanded flat correction. Some alts forming bullish divergence at bottom, some more push to the downside. Oh. I do stay upbeat, and I have hope. I know what Dogecoin does. It surprises you, and that's what Jordan is saying. You all might want to pay attention to Doge. DogeOS is going to be fun. Looking at it in January. I hope it creates a little excitement. Not a good time to be launching like a big new project in a bear market. If you're having fun, press the like. Appreciate that. Thank you. Press the like. Committed. Committed. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Don't lose your money, guys. I know people will tell you to hodl to zero. Dogecoin's not going to zero, Mario. Come on. There's others. There's other stupid tokens, like Gala might actually, but not Doge. Ryan is using you to get free manicures. Kinky pedicures. That is funny. Always manipulated. Even more so this year than any other. There's just so much more leverage trading now. It's crazy. So much more. David likes the handle Chucky Chuckles. But no more Charlie. Come on, Charlie. The Doge market doesn't like that I'm also in the silver market. Well, it's good that you're not all in Doge and you do have some other investments. It's good to be spread out in some different things. I still have like my whole 401k plan. It's still in the Vanguard and the Russell, and that just keeps going up and up and up and up, new all-time highs. So what the crypto market does doesn't affect me that much financially because I've got my whole 401k that just keeps going up and up and up. So the chat gets weird. Yeah, I avoid a lot of that stuff. I just scroll through it. Usually when Blaster's around. How does that happen, Christoph? How does that happen? It's nice that you're here, though. Appreciate that. Why no strategy when they own 3% of all Bitcoin? Well, in a bear market, if Bitcoin's going down, MicroStrategy is going down. And if the Bitcoin price goes below their average, I would not be holding MicroStrategy stock. It's already, many believe, overpriced. Hey, look at Doge. Still going down, 1257. We started at 1269. Not good. Is it a good idea to sell your alt cryptos and put in, Yeely, you ask me these questions and I can't tell you what to do, right? I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you what I'm doing, and I'm tax loss harvesting because I made so much money this year back in January, which is this tax season, that I'm now going to sell my coins that are in a loss to reduce a little bit, but reduce my capital gains. And then eventually, the bottom of the bear market, whenever that is, I'm going to be buying back in. Will it be a lower price? I don't know. This could just be this accelerated short bear following October 10th, and then the whole market turns around and we get this extended cycle. I don't know. That could still happen. But at the moment, I don't feel confident enough in Dogecoin to sell my others and immediately buy Doge. I don't have confidence in that. Hey, Nick, does crypto loss tax harvesting apply towards all your taxes? All, including your stocks. It all gets added up. Your stock and your crypto capital gains all get added up. So when you have losses, it goes against the gains, whether it's crypto or stocks. That's all your Schedule D. On your Schedule D, you add it all up. And then your result on your Schedule D, once it gets all added up, goes onto your 1040. Hello, fellow manipulation victims. Yes, DB, exactly. We have been talking about that today. How did you know? Committed. Good support group for Doge depression. I know, doubling here to 24 cents. That's all you get. Well, 25 from 12.5. Yeah, not good. It has to double just to get back to 25 cents. It's like, damn, that's a long ways to go. The flash crash was the welcoming to the bear market party. Yeah, Christian, we all see that now. Just make sure you've got money to buy back at the bottom. I know, if I start just spending it all on stuff, it's like, wait, I'm supposed to buy crypto back. And I spend it on all this other useless garbage. It's like, what? Hey, Chuck, how are you? Been listening? Down times, we still stick together. Can't change the charts, but we can wait them out. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. Yes, another Chuck. More of a real Chuck. Yeah, we just get to keep hanging out. I wasn't going anywhere. I'll still be here. Dogecoin's biggest pumps have always hit when hype was dead. 2020, nobody cared. Early 2021, well, there was the whole GameStop thing going on, right? Early 2021. And then they saw how much Doge was getting shorted. Well, that certainly woke up all the Redditors on our /Dogecoin. Yep. I was born in trolldom. You guys talking food again? Blah, blah, blah. Is 30,000 Dogecoin enough to get rich? Or do you sell and buy back in the bear market? Why don't you just hodl what you have and then scrape up a few more along the way? Not financial advice. DB, I love it. I could literally see the heat map in my mind just by seeing the surge and then drop. Exactly. You know it, right? Where was that? This one, right? This is what you saw. All of those shorts getting taken out, right? And then as it came down, taking out all the new longs and coming down lower to take out more of the big ones. That's it. Exactly, right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As we know, Dogecoin can move fast. Yep. Again, Bitcoin goes up, Dogecoin goes up faster at a higher rate. Unfortunately, when Bitcoin goes down, Doge drops faster. Again and again and again. That's what we got. Hey, Mark. I've been following since 2024, been in Bitcoin since I bought my first Bitcoin on Mt. Gox. Sold October 2021, put it into treasuries. So you waited out the whole bear market 2022 in treasuries. Hey, last January I bought a house and I've been in real estate now. And my house has appreciated in value. while crypto has dropped. So I've done okay this year. Now I just got to pay all the taxes on my profits. I was hoping to use the crypto I still had invested to pay my taxes. Unfortunately, yeah, it went down. It went down. What's it supposed to do that? It's supposed to be a bull market to October and Moonvember, and I was going to sell sometime in November, have all this nice profit to pay all my taxes, and now I'm like, oh shit. Mount Gox OG in the house. Yes. Mark just bought Dogecoin, 1257, 1256. It's a lower average than most people have. That's for sure. That's where we are. That is where we are, my friends. But like some of these, I mean, you look at VeChain, right? At a penny now. It's a penny for VeChain. That is almost the bottom of its wick on October 10th. Because it hit 0099 on October 10th. And it's now down to that level. So Doge is doing better than VeChain. But this VeChain chart is just... Now this is the lowest price outside of that wick than VeChain has had since 2020. 2020 for VeChain. All this crazy trading in 2021, and even the pumps we had early 2024, late 2024, now it is at the lowest price it's been since 2020. VeChain. Which means VThor token too. It's all the way down. Yep, same. That's tough. That is tough. Nice exit liquidity mark, wasn't it? They got us again. Living on the interest from the treasuries. Nice, Mark. You did well. And you didn't keep gambling. Can you borrow from yourself to pay crypto taxes? Well, there's ways to do things, right? There's different ways to do things. That's for sure. I'm not worried. I'll take care of it. But yeah. Hey, low roller. Yeah, let's all just buy Powerball tickets. That'll pay my taxes. Powerball tickets. Wow. The Duchess is in the house. Aloha. Aloha. And Will. Sir Will, how are you? Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. I try and keep it real here. Do I get caught up sometimes in the hopiums? Yeah, every once in a while. But it's Dogecoin, right? We try and have some fun. I know portfolios are down, and if people are saying things that I think are wrong, I'll call them on it. I do that, mostly over on X. Those guys who just keep talking about Bitcoin all the time, I'm just like, God, get out of here with that. So follow me. I'm at KrissPax over here. And there's my posting of the infamous manipulation chart today. Keeping up with it. So I do that when I'm not here on YouTube. I'm over on X. Definitely didn't gamble today. I know that took courage to admit that. So there's hope for you yet, Charlotte. There's hope for you yet. The Pax cat has been hanging out upstairs because it's too cold. It's too cold here. And he's like, yeah, every time I go downstairs to get my food and drink and whatever, I go back upstairs. It's warmer up there. I invest. I don't gamble or use leverage. It's a lose-lose situation. Smart man, Mark. That's what I keep. I have never traded with leverage. Never, and I never will. I'm not playing that game. Not playing. And you can even go back to like 2022 when I was staying away from things like Luna, and people are asking me about Celsius and Voyager and all that with their high yields and stuff. I say, what are you doing? Don't give them your Dogecoin. You think you're going to get some 10% APY interest on your Doge? What are they doing with your Doge? Right? I went through all of that stuff back then. And in hindsight, it's like, yep. I know people that lost a lot of money in Celsius. A lot of money. They were having their friends, their family members, like all transferring their money out of banks into Celsius because you could get this better yield, right? Debank the banks, like all that stuff. Yeah, and FTX as an exchange. Huh. As soon as I saw there were the Bahamas, I was like, no, thank you. I've never used an offsite exchange. Well, except for once. I will say I used one once. We'll just leave it at that. I made money off that buy. I did make money off of it. Can I send a donation? If you have some Dogecoin, I take Dogecoin tips. Here on YouTube, you can send a super chat, which you can link like a PayPal account, or I think you can even do a credit card now through a super chat. But thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Glad to hear you're doing well. Low roller can write off all the losses from his scratch offs. Yeah. Yeah. See, William is getting 24 Doge a day mining. I feel bad about myself when it came to that. But anyway, that is good. And again, for those people that think, oh, Dogecoin, inflationary supply, unlimited, no wonder the price doesn't go up. I give you an example here, Mr. Crypto Prince. He's getting some of that Dogecoin that's mined every day that is flooding the market. It isn't. It's going into his wallet and he's holding it. Just like most of the miners. They don't automatically sell the Dogecoin that they get from mining. They hodl it. They hodl it. Yeah, no more ElphaPex partnerships. I think, do I still have even the link down here in the notes? Or did I take them off? I know I took them off my videos. Oh, I still have it down there. Yeah, I need to take that off. Oops. I got to take that off. And done. Aerodrome? Between Aero and Velo, I don't know which is the right drome to have. What do you think? Aero or Velo, right? Which drome is the best drome? Aero, 50 cents. What does that mean on the bigger picture? 50 cents. That was its June dip. April dip was lower. So it's holding up okay. It's holding up all right. We've looked at this before, as you can see, right? We had a bottom, we had a top, we had another bottom, right? That shows you the volatility of Aero and how it trades. was over $2 here. Now it's 50 cents. So you can get a nice 4x if it goes back up to that level. But yeah, it looks like it's flirting with the June lows here right now. So if it can hold right here, that would be strong. You don't want to go down to the April lows, which is like 27 cents. Yeah. And then how does the velodrome look? A velo. Not as good. Velo looks crappy. Not as good at all, but it goes on some wild runs. I like the arrow chart better than the velo chart. I will say that. This does not look as good. Pretty weak, actually. For those wondering which drone to buy, right? You got a limit order set, 5,000 Doge at 10 cents. We'll see if we get down there. No gambling. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm glad I'm not super knowledgeable in this whole crypto thing. No temptation to leverage or swing. Yep. That's true, Matt. You're already doing something risky, right? Buying crypto is risky, but then you're trying to do swing trading or try and do leverage trading, shorting, whatever. Now you're adding risk on top of risk. Keep your crypto safe. Yes, yes. Never trust giving your money to a kid in red tennis shoes playing video games on a CNBC interview. Yes. That's just bizarre. That guy was just bizarre. You should be buying here. Nope, I'm not, Chudbook. I'm not. I'm buying in August. I'm buying in August. You lost a lot of money switching to Geico on your insurance? Please, your bet. What is going on with you guys? Combo's on my side. I know he is. You guys. Are you saying I'm going to die soon? Flow Crypto Insights? I got a long way to go. You should see my financial calculations on my for my my pension, right? Because you can tell what the actuaries think how long I'm going to live. I got a ways to go, according to the actuaries. So I'm doing good. You think we're going to bounce after the carry trade thing is done? So if we have a dump Thursday night, Friday morning, it's going to stay low through the weekend. I think there could be a recovery. These things tend to not like drag on too long. What if I bought 2 days ago and I'm down? Holding or selling or then buying it cheaper? Again, those are the games that, I mean, real investing is like holding on for a long time, right? Not trying to do these little moves a day or 2 days apart. Then you're just scraping like little bits at a time. Is it worth it? The big moves are really buying low and holding for a long time. Like not 2 days, not 2 weeks, like 2 years, right? Yep. Holding on to your Doge for the future. Waiting to see what's going on Friday before I decide to buy more. I think that's a good strategy, Gene. Let's see what happens. Now, Japan being in Asia, right? They start Thursday night is Friday in Japan. So if they're going to make an interest rate decision here in the United States, that'll be Thursday night, not Friday morning. You're a cyclist, so you say velo. The velodrome. The velodrome. I had a friend in high school that used to do bike racing in a velodrome. That was crazy. Those steep tracks on the sideways angle is just amazing, and how they ride on it. Absolutely amazing. You're thinking of mining Ton? Is Ton a proof of work cryptocurrency? Can you mine Ton coin? I don't know how that works. I'd stick with Doge. What the blue arrow means. There's a blue arrow. I don't know what you mean, Gene. Buy your Doge on Friday. We could drop to 10 cents before a rebound. And then buy, just walk away. Ignore the noise. Thank you, Mark. Your Boston team doing well. Everyone expects Boston to be last place. I know, right? Jaylen Brown is a beast. And these other supporting players generally are pretty good. They blew it against Detroit on Monday. They had the game, and they just blew it at the end. It wasn't Jaylen's fault. It was the other guys, but it's a team game still. But yeah, they're doing all right. If Jason Tatum comes back like in March, like when I go see them in San Antonio, and Tatum is on the floor facing off against Wemby, wow, that would be great. Isn't that right, Ryan? Isn't that right? Sorry, the Spurs didn't win the NBA Cup. The Knicks just looked too good. The boot. I don't have time for that crap. I booted him. When I mine, I give Duchess half, and she saves it. Oh, you meant the Crypto Prince? Thanks. I might be older than him. You're not rid of me yet. You're stuck with me. You're stuck. The crypto market is down right now, but great news. I just saved a lot of money by switching my car insurance to Geico. I love it. Geico. I know, right? I love it. ICP? I have not looked at an ICP chart in months. I have no idea what it's doing. ICP. $2.90. I don't even know what that means. Oh yeah, that had that big run beginning of November. Sold it all off. Back to the purple box. But hey, it didn't do a red box or a brown box, right? It's still purple box level for ICP. The October 10th flash crash, it went down to $1.14. It's sitting at $2.90. But yeah, this sell-off here for a month, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. That's ICP. What's the other one? Virtuals? Have a look at virtuals. $0.68. And that has a similar it is a similar chart to ICP. How did you get into both of these? They're almost the same chart. Right back down to the bottom of its purple box. Same thing. Are these two linked somehow? ICP and virtuals? Are they linked? Because, yeah, this is very similar. Not bad. Holding up well. Compared to like other alts. But still, since early November, the sell-off here, not great. I only want to touch Kriss's feet. You're not even seeing my feet again. A woman in Canada, 20 years old, chose $1,000 a week for lifetime instead of a lump sum. Did she make the right decision? At that age? Oh, definitely. That's the right decision. At that age? Yeah, at my age, I want the lump sum. But a 20-year-old, I would take the monthly or weekly in this case. Yeah, I would take that. I only have 250,000 Doge, but I'm holding right now about 65,000 Doge on my wallet for long term, adding over time. Good plan. I know it's going to be a long grind. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. So if Thursday here in the United States is Friday in Japan, wait till Thursday night. That's when the volatility will hit, Gene. Wait, you're coming to San Antonio? Oh, am I not allowed to now? Do you actually have tickets to the game? Message me. Ryan, you need to message me. I always missed the boot. You didn't want them to win. Teams that win the cup never do well in the playoffs. Well, we'll see what happens to the Knicks now, right? We'll see if the Knicks blow it. Yep, I booted him. I beat you guys. Missed the boot. Yeah. It's the same guy. He keeps coming back under a new name. He thinks he's being clever. And it's like, yeah, no. Yeah, Cody, those little games are scalping, right? You bought at 13.6. That's the price. You sell at 12.6. You've sold at a loss. Is it going to go down lower? We don't know. There was a boot. Good way to be stuck right here on the KrissPax channel. Thank you, Joanna. DC Blur just got here. How you doing? There's a Coinbase stream. No. I'll hear the news eventually, whatever they're going to talk about, but Brian Armstrong is all about regulatory clearance and stable coins and all that stuff. It's like, I can't listen to that. Sell your nail salon and move to San Antonio. Wow. Wow. Sell your nail salon and move to San Antonio, Christoph says. Only if she finds a buyer with Dogecoin. Only Dogecoin accepted. That would be quite the thing, though, wouldn't it? Most people's problems are they want to get rich quickly. Yep. Good time to buy. Keep filling your bags. Time will come. Patience. Patience. We will definitely sort something out to close the distance. Hey, come to Boston. Am I about halfway? Except I'm not going to be in Boston too much longer, so. Always take the lump sum. I heard Ryan has a season ticket. Of course I have the tickets, he says. Okay, DM me, Ryan. We got to make the plans, for sure. I'm coming. I want to see Jason Tatum's return in San Antonio. No, I got to see Wemby. I hope he's not injured. That would suck, right? I go to San Antonio specifically to see one. Oh, and you too, of course, right? I'm going to see you too, but to see Wemby play, and if he doesn't play, man, that would suck. That's like 2 years ago. We got Celtics tickets, and I wanted to see Porzingis play. Right? I wanted to see him live, and he was injured. I was like, damn. To pay money to get tickets, and then the guy doesn't even play. I wanted to see that guy. Fartcoin is still 2x from the low of a few weeks ago, Eric says, for the smelly one. Yeah, it was going on a run, I remember, right? 30 cents. Yeah. Well, it dumped down to 20. It's about as low as it got. It did hit 40, though, here last week. So the 2x is there, right? But now it's pulled back, one of those X's. But yeah, actually, I mean, I take its purple box and I move it over. It's still pretty close. So Fartcoin is actually doing better since October 10th than most cryptos. It's actually doing better. I will admit that for the smelly one. Fartcoin. I just will never buy it. I can't buy Fartcoin. I just can't do it. Doge to the moon. Long-term price prediction is anything, Victory. Doge can do anything. There's nothing keeping it from going to zero except the great family and support and like all of that. So it's not going to go to zero. And $1, $2, $5, $10. I mean, Doge could do that over time. I have no idea. Is there adoption? What's Doge doing? You know, what's going on with all the utility that's being built for it? And all right, Ryan. See, I needed that. I fly to San Antonio and it's like, there's no Ryan, right? There's no game. I'm just like, what? What? You're down 12K? Sorry, Eric. I get it, though. It's just a weird market here. October, November did not play out like we thought it would. We got screwed. Ruben's waiting until 10 cents, too. Yep. Happy hump day music. Love that Charlie Brown football kick Doge chart. I know, right? They really trapped a lot of bulls. They trapped a lot of them here. Just dumped the price, took them all out. Bitcoin especially just took it all out. Just in one candle. That 1 hour move was gone in like 10 minutes. That was crazy. Wemby's a beast. Fartcoin is the chosen one. Buying all the Doge and Pepe you can. Waiting for a final bull run. Everybody's going to get rich. I want everybody to get rich. The least we can do is give the stream a like. Thank you. Thank you, Keen. Let's say that 3 months from now, Doge is up to 30 cents. When do you know what's a good time? You have to see what caused Doge to go up to 30 cents and how quickly did it happen? And is there going to be a sell-off following that? Did Bitcoin also go up? You got to look at a lot of different things. It all plays together. Oh, if you come into money 3 months from now, you're wondering. I get it. Yeah, you got to see what Bitcoin is doing, what the rest of the markets are doing. Yeah, well, that's just idiocy, low roller. You win the lottery, you're getting $5,000 a week, and then what do? You buy a house you can't afford, you buy all new cars, right? You're flaunting all the stuff, and then you can't pay anymore. You lose the house. It's like, whatever happened to the Dogecoin million? Yeah, I haven't heard from Glauber. I don't follow him, so I don't know what he's up to. I bet he still has a big bag of Dogecoin though. Glauber Contessasora or something like that. Pro the Doge. He went by a lot of names. For those who like dollar cost average, it doesn't work with crypto? Oh, sure it does. Depends on when you're dollar cost averaging. The summer of 2023, I was dollar cost averaging big time. I mean, I was raising my average since I'd bought my first Doge at 2 cents, never sold at the high of 75. But I was averaging, buying a lot, August. Well, I started in June 2023, right? At about 7 cents, and then it went to 6 cents, and then it went down to 5, like 5.7. I was buying a crap ton there. So I did all right. Summer of 2026 might be the same. I'm just saying, might be. You want to set up a room in one of Charlie's nail salons to set up the pasta salad cafe. Oh, I see. Yeah. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs, 500 KrissPax memberships. Oh, yeah. Right, that's fine. I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. But thanks. We'll work out the deets. Work out the deets. The Pokemon market is now going down. It was bound to happen, right? Somebody else wants to see the video. The Doge Wrap Cybertruck might be a sign, Nick. It might be. It might be. You know, we get through, right? We get through what's going on. I'm not buying any Powerball tickets. No. It was fun to do back when the markets were looking good and everybody was flush with money. But now I'm like, yeah, no. I'm not buying. I lost enough. It was like 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. But now it's like 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there. That's like real money now. That's like real money. I'm not playing Powerball. I'm done with lottery. Done. I got other things. I got to pay my taxes. I don't even want to buy one ticket. I got to pay my taxes. I'm saving money. I got a big tax bill to pay, and I don't even know what it is yet. My accountant won't know till the end of February. And I got to have all that money ready by April 15th. So, yeah. Well, I know that's the problem, Nick. The tax bill is going to be too much. And I got to figure out how to get all the money together. Now, I could do an extension, right? But the extension, I looked into it, and you have to pay a percentage on the unpaid balance. And it ain't cheap. You don't just get to extend your taxes for free. No. You pay. You pay a percentage of the unpaid balance on like a monthly basis. And I'm like, oh. I can use the Powerball ticket to write off. Hey, if I won the Powerball, I wouldn't have tax problems. Wouldn't have tax problems. Done with gambling. $5 game here. Bills pile up. Yeah. But what if you win? Well, there's always that, right? What if you win? But yeah. Yeah, I know. Not going to happen, low roller. I'll just be out that much money. What if it owes you? Well, since I've never won before, right? Of course it owes me. Let's say you've got $50K from a lawsuit settlement and want to diversify it between 3 cryptocurrencies. It would probably be Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, right? I mean, those are the ones that have Bitcoin and Ethereum have held up the best. So you have less risk there. But huge advantage when crypto goes on its next pump. That's what I would do. And just stick with that. Not do the Pepe and the Bonk and the Pengu thing. I thought I was being cute, like going to ride those memes up a little bit higher, and they just dropped lower instead. That didn't work. Chris's do. Yeah. I did okay with crypto this cycle, so I'm good. I'll keep to that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to buy more Doge. I will. I got to take care of some things first. Put it all on black. All right, gang. That's what I got for today. 12.6. That's what we got. 12.6 for Doge. Tomorrow night will be interesting. The whole Bank of Japan thing. We will be watching that. And then Friday into the weekend. So we'll be looking forward to seeing what's going on. I hope everyone has a great night tonight. We will see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.